So I want to talk about my portfolio goals for last year, for 2016. I had set a goal at the beginning of the year to come up with, or to shoot for images with impact. I at least wanted some more impactful images than what I already had in my general portfolio. I think everybody wants to shoot for impact, but I just made it a point to say I want something more impactful and better than what I already have. Now, when it comes to portfolio quality images, you're only going to get, if you get 3 a year, I mean, I would consider myself lucky, extremely lucky. So I said, you know, if I get 1, I would be happy. And if I get 2, I'd feel accomplished. And if I got 3, that would just, you know, I'd be ecstatic. So with that said, 20 images. I feel when you look at somebody's work, no matter what they do, whether they build houses, bird houses, they're a singer, a songwriter, a musician, they're a painter or a photographer, when you look at 10 things that they've done, you kind of get a good gauge and a good feel for what it is that person can accomplish. So if you like it, you'll look at 10 more, but you're not going to look at 50. So I keep the number around 20. And with that said, you're competing against yourself. You're going to try to create more good images to knock out good images that you already have. It's only you that you're competing against, no other photographers or anything. And that's really a hard thing to do, because you love those 20 images that you have now. You really like them. They're your children, so to speak. And you've got to go in there and cut somebody out of there so that you can put somebody else in there. And that is really, really a tough thing to do. So with that said, Happy came quickly. Happy came on January 16th when this young lion, as he called himself, Nixlot Damius, power lifter, bodybuilder, weightlifter, athlete, came walking into the studio. 17-year-old kid. He came into the studio. He was extremely focused. He's not a model. He took direction extremely well, and he understood what we were there for. I had the vision of something that I wanted to create, and that image that you see right there, that is the image that I had in my mind. And it didn't come until the end of the shoot. Well, we did a bunch of other stuff, and I saved this for the end because I know how my shoots go. I always get the best images at the end. So the image that I had in my head, I didn't even go for at the beginning. I waited till it got to the end, and I sprayed him down with glycerin to make it look like he was sweating, and I put this edgy light on, and I had everything just the way I wanted. I had lighting diagrams so that I knew exactly where I was. I mean, it was a planned out thing. And I walked away. Before I even downloaded the images into my computer, I left the studio saying, there's my first image right there. And I was happy. But it was only January 16th. Now, with that said, I started on January 1st with Bethlehem model Ladyfly. We were out in the cold weather in the streets of Bethlehem around the steel stacks shooting. And we got some good images. There was this one image I really loved of her sitting on a street corner with the leading lines of the lights above her and everything. And it was kind of an evening shot. And it was something that was on her mood board, and I liked it. But I already have beauty images of girls, and I just wanted something different. The very next day, January 2nd, I was out with teen model Mina Santiago in a forest in Tinicum Township, Pennsylvania, Tohickon Park, actually. And it was even colder and windier, and this girl was standing out there, and I felt so bad for her, but she was really trying hard for a project she was working on, and I wanted to get good images from it. And I did get a creative edit from it that got good reception on social media, so I can't knock it, but it wasn't what I wanted. So then we moved on into the Ice Princess shoot with Kendall, and time constraints cut the shoot really short. We used up all of our time on makeup because it was a very tough look to go for, and a long look to achieve. Anyway, we ran out of time, but I did get some good portrait shots from that, and I got a good creative edit that could be portfolio quality, I guess. You know, I really like it. And then summertime came, and I was really like knocking my head. I just had no ideas. I was just like, creativity, where are you? I'm looking for you. You know, I couldn't find it. And I was getting other distractions from my other business and everything like that. So it was a little tough. And then along came Ryan McNally, and boom, I got another awesome fitness shot that I had envisioned. But now I had 2 fitness shots. So it was like, that's kind of redundant, you know. The one of Nick Slott is just awesome. The one of Ryan was amazing, but I wanted something different. And I'm like, what is it? Where can I find it? And then I even sat down and started doing stuff where I was like, day in and day out, I was looking at magazines. I was doing it like the old school way, looking at magazines, tearing pages out, sticking them on the wall where you see these photos back here, just for me to look at something, trying to get inspired and come up with an idea, and it just wasn't working. I looked at Pinterest till my eyes were ready to fall out of my head, and I kind of gave up. And then one day, in the most unlikely of places, in my Facebook news feed, on an entertainment link to an entertainment site, I seen the images for the newly revamped Pennywise the Clown from the Stephen King novel It. They were remaking that, and they took Pennywise and they made his clothes. They took him away from the Clara Bellish, Ronald McDonald, bozo-ish kind of clown, the standard clown, and they made him look more, his clothing, his wardrobe looks like Renaissance or Victorian period, like a doll. And I was like, you know what? I was like, this is it. This is it. This is what I want. I want to shoot a clown, but I don't want to duplicate that clown. I want it to be evil like that. And evil really wasn't the right word. I come up with the word sinister, and it became known as the Sinister Clown Shoot. And I thought about it, like, how do I want my clown to look? And that Renaissance thing kind of played on me. And Sacha Goldberg, French photographer, had shot the DC Comics, Batman, Superman, all them, in Renaissance context. Did it as a project. I believe it was showcased for Disney or something like that. I can't remember all the details to it, but I always loved that. And so I said, you know what? My Sinister Clown is going to be shot in a what I call a Renaissance context. And it's not going to look exactly like the Stephen King clown. So I had to find a model. I had to find a makeup artist, a special effects makeup artist, which I found the most awesome special effects makeup artist. And I had to come up with wardrobe. So in the end, I put it all together, and I got my vision transferred over to Jade Alexander Brown, who was the makeup artist. Nicole Gallagher was the model, and Jordan Brown was the assistant makeup artist. And Jade and Jordan created this look that was just phenomenal. And that was it. That was the image that I was looking for, or the images of that clown. I know it's not beauty and it's not fitness or anything, but it represented a lot of hard work that came out with a vision of what I had in mind when I first seen the Stephen King clown. I said, I want to do a clown different, better. I think my clown's better. I really do. I think my clown's better. I think they should use that in the movie. Anyway, that was my year, and I created at least 3 good images and got to take some other images out. So I really felt that I achieved my goal. And that in the end was a very, very good feeling, to look back and say that you accomplished what you set out to do. Doesn't always happen. So I got new goals for this year. I want to get at least 2 good images this year, and the other thing is I want to work on my vlogging skills, which I'm doing right now, and populate my YouTube channel. And also on down the road, there's a drone coming, and we got some goals for that. So, but that's on down in the springtime. Okay, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Click like if you like the video. It's always nice to know that, but you can also click subscribe and come back here again. I also have the Lens Wizard Lightroom series for all you photographers out there that, especially the beginning photographers that want to get into that kind of stuff. Okay, everybody, thanks so much.